your handover video on the Swift Sprite. Stuff at the front of the van, you've got your Alco hitch, head and stabiliser. So the cable goes in like so, stabiliser goes down, locks it into place like so. To release, paper cable, jockey wheel, handbrake, 13-pin plug which does your exterior lights, and 12 volts to the fridge if your car is wired correctly. You have your spare wheel in the front, in your front gas locker, where you have 2 spaces for 2 6 kg or butane gas bottles, bulkhead regulator and a slot for a 1 propane hose. Working inlet for your trim on water and water cord, slots in like so with the trigger, slots in like so. Battery locker, obviously you have your battery strap, battery tray which your battery goes into, 240 mains inlet, isolation switch for power touch mover, oh sorry not power touch, easy drive moveset with a handset, 2 waste outlets, your filler point for your toilet flush, and your locker for your set which you can take out to empty. Now inside the van. Inside the van you have your main control panel above the door, so you press power on like so. Oh. So on here you've got your voltage in the van, how much voltage you've got. Also got other various settings as well, internal and external lights, obviously which you can turn on individually as well. Also have your water pump. Obviously once connected, press your water pump on, make sure that this isolation valve is facing down in the horizontal position. Then you can press the water pump button and run water through the kitchen, bathroom, sink, and obviously the shower as well. Toilet, while we're in here, effect for toilet, it's got effect for flush on it. So obviously you press the button when you're ready to flush, then you open the sliding door, empty into the toilet set which you can now empty. Once drained all the air out of the system, your pump will cut in and out when using and not using the van, like so. Also down here we have your EC600's consumer unit, where you have your main shutdown button which turns off all 12 volt connections into the van, so it's recommended to do so when not using the van, and obviously needed to be pressed before you start using again. You have your charger, so obviously once connected to mains, you press that like so, and obviously that will charge your battery, and this will have to be on. This is for your heating and hot water on 240, so that needs to be on to be able to use it on 240. Test button, obviously when connected to 240, just make sure that your RCD does trip as it should. Then obviously you have your 12 volt fuses and 3 MCBs next to the RCD, where there are your labels of what they are for. Then we have your trimmer unit up here. So to hold the button for a few seconds, you have your internal temperature, you have your water temperature, so you can have it on hot, off, eco, hot or boost. Your appliance, you want it on, you can have it on electric, 1, 2, gas or mix. And then you've got your fan, which is blown air for the heating around the van. Then to turn off, hold the button like so, obviously till it turns off. Then we have your Dometic fridge, so to turn on, hold power button like so. You have 4 settings, so 3 settings, 12 volt which needs to be connected to the car and will only maintain the temperature already in the fridge. Gas, obviously once you've got gas on the van, obviously it will start to tick and everything will stay solid blue when lit. If it fails, it will look a bit like this. You'll get a blue warning underneath the warning sign. If this happens on gas, just turn it off, turn it on again, just to try it again as a reset. And then mains, obviously when connected to mains, it will connect obviously to the fridge, and you have your temperature button here. Just turn off, just hold the button like so for a few seconds. Perfect. Here we have your Thetford oven, where you have 3 gas hobs, gas grill and gas oven. To turn on, just push it in like so while pressing the ignite button on the obviously hobs and the grill and the oven. On the van you also have a mover, which we're going to demonstrate after we've just gone through the 2 bits of paper. You have your winterisation sheet, obviously how to correctly winterise your van, obviously to prevent any frost damage, which isn't covered by the warranty. As you can see on our warranty sheet, which is also on here, what we do cover and what we don't. On the van you have an easy move mover, so to engage, hit your hand winder on there like so, and you just wind it so it engages into the wheel, like so. Which then will look a bit like this both sides. Now you can release the handbrake. Turn the switch on, double click the button like so, so it all loads up, then beep, and you can go forwards, backwards. Obviously your caravan's on here, so whatever way you want it to go, it will go. Then when done, just double click again, that turns off the controller, turn off the isolation key, apply the handbrake, and then disengage by winding it the opposite way.